Around the world, many human rights defenders are smeared, criminalized, threatened, detained, disappeared, silenced, and sometimes forgotten. The fact is, every human being alive today, and millions who will follow us, faces a triple planetary crisis that threatens our human rights and even our survival. And critical voices, debate and protest are keys that help unlock the solutions that work best.
Democracy, freedom, it's not a Western invention. It is very part of each of us human beings, and depends on how each human being is committed to uphold the rights of everybody else. Fortunately, nowadays, in this 21st century of social media, etc., much easier for human rights activists, for civil society, to expose, to denounce human rights violations wherever they may occur. Mobilize public opinion.
Around the world, we find that 85% of the world's population live in countries where there are restrictions in law, policy, and practice on these three basic freedoms: the right to peaceful assembly, the right to freedom of expression, and the right to freedom of association. As forms, I agree, democracy can be in various forms, but the test of a democracy is, can you speak truth to power without being persecuted? So if people are able to criticize governments, people are able to expose corruption without fear, without persecution, then we can say we have a democracy.
Ironically, it is in Asia which has the lowest number of ratifications of the Convention on Enforced Disappearances. So this is a regional phenomenon which necessitates a regional and international response. The realities of human rights situations in different Asian countries necessitate our continuing presence, our continuing existence, and steadfast implementation of our mandate in the region where human rights work is imperative indeed.
Understand what I was saying. So for me, I think the most important thing has always been protecting, but also standing up for rights. It's also not I'm just going to be very honest and blunt about it. It's not about protecting it. It's so much so about standing for what is right. So for me, the most important thing is for us to rescue our own selves, for us to tell our own story, for us to share our own story, and for us to stand for our own human rights.